Well, map 3 getting started pretty sharpish. Into the pistol we go. It is Ago winning that knife and getting the CT start. So, with plenty of utility to go here on the T side of things. So, looking pretty confident. An early peek from Ultimate, but doesn't really have the spawn for it. And nearly gets his head ripped off. Quick smokes in. They are not wasting any time on this source side of things. They're Molly as well. Full control of the A-bomb site. Bomb going to go down. No nades out for Ago. It's actually 5 sets of Kevlar. So it could become challenging here. Team kill. Oh, no. That is awkward. I think a Goosh lands at the perfect time, and the P250 just spamming away. Gets in the way, maybe trying to escape the shots that are hitting him. Just creeping in. All the kills going the way of the CT side. Just needed to get a couple. He does actually manage to find 2. What the hell has happened here? It's into a 1 versus 2. No kit. Another head found. Ultimate looking for the trade. Doesn't get it. And just has another crack. But Ultimate will take him down with no time left. Just with the recovery in the round. And saw, I think, maybe their first pistol of the series.
Crikey Moses. That was an exciting pistol round. A lot of fights. A lot of scrambling around the A-bomb site. Nonetheless, as you're mentioning, Saw have been very worse for wear in terms of picking up pistol rounds, so that will do them a world of good. That's only half the story. You got to convert them, and AGO on the Force.
Very quickly on the Force as well, of course. Boost up, Scout in play, Scout gone down. The boost doesn't really find anything either. They are very close, though. It's a nice little setup. The man, first one out wide. Axcho, first one inside. They will get overwhelmed. The Ivy push effective. Bit of spam here through the smoke. Bomb going to go down. A lull in play as there is a flank from the Deagle. Definitely not out of the question just yet. Fiku waiting to try and find the timing. Fortunately, the jump spot is pretty continuous from Arky. Eats the nade, but dishes out some damage of his own, and now just Sterling. Probably try and find one, but even then, he's got himself a Deagle, he's got himself a Scout. There's some threat there into the next round. Saw will secure 2 as he moves to save, though.
3 alive. I think Saw will take that. Not too shabby. Berlan, as you're mentioning, saves the Scout. I believe he's a Deagle as well, so he can drop that 1 over. So we're looking pretty good so far. Another eco now on the cards. Berlan probably going to drop this Deagle over. And thing to watch out for here is economic damage. If AGO 2-3 kills, that would be brilliant going into the gun rounds.
See what more they can find then. Spam away with the Deagle is not too far off the mark. Man, though, hoping to stay alive. Gotta watch out. A little bit of a nadage in to try and finish him off. He'll be left on 2 HP. Lucky to be alive. And Ultimate's hanging around. Yo, you got a Deagle? Not got any HP? Thanks, dude. So, Leman a bit sad that he has to get the Deagle away. Still no kills yet, though.
Ooh, good frag. Swiftly traded. Nade's now starting to land on the bomb site. I'll tell you what, Swift. I would love for this nade on Fiku to do some real damage. He's boarded over. Just his low HP. Unfortunately, not the planner. He actually gets spammed out in the end anyway. Nade goes down. No real effect. As bomb's going to get stuck. 2 players holding the smoke, so any aggression here should be of feeble results. Berlan is sitting in the smoke. That's going to fade any second now. Indeed it does. Gets his 1 chance at a headshot, then falls, and now it's just Fiku. With that Deagle that was saved over, nobody's facing him. Right now, going to be further out. Roman swings, finds the frag, 3 alive again. Fairly clean stuff all in all, considering how hectic some of these anti-eagles have been. And that's Saw up to 3. But now we get to see AGO on the rifles.
Nice and simple. Hoping to keep it together. And of course, to get this first rifle round on the board for Saw, they find the pistol. That bounce back that I talked about will definitely have been helped by that fact. And Ultimate does manage to find one. I was going to say the timing maybe escaped him. He's not wrecking them up close, and they do just creep in. It's a flurry of frags, but it goes the way of Saw. And of course, with B rotators, do you even go for this? Bomb's going to be a bit late getting into the site, I guess. So Furlan's here kind of quick. Molly goes down. Will do damage, but not really going to help out. Left low. Thank God for the trade there, because it could have been big for him to find a kill and get away. Arky on half HP and Fiku now the only one left. Might as well give it a crack. Any kits, he says? Usually they're highlighted for us. I don't think there are any. So, what doink? You know, no one giving him anything. No open angles. Saw learning their lessons from the T side of Ancient. Playing much, much safer. Yeah,
Ancient, give him credit, is a map where you have to aggressively fight for the map control. And those afterparts a lot more. Vertigo, more of your standard take the site. Play some good afterplants, play off each other, and it should be A-okay. Fiku with the save. Drop a little bit. Half by coming out from AGO. But this is the first time we've seen them down rounds early on in a map. So hope for their sake the mental game isn't getting out of control.
Pause coming in then. Yeah, I think the work is about to get real, real tough. Saw hitting the ground running, as we touched on, running theme for the series. Really confident team, really momentum-based team while they're ahead. And Saw have, so far, looked much more composed. That was a big thing that I thought was missing from Ancient. Flustered. Bit all over the place. Comms not clean enough. Looks a lot better, at least so far. However, a test of a round, you know, the half buy, the crazy pushes or cheeky boosts as we're seeing, they can often catch you off guard in rounds like this.
Plenty of players here on A for Saw. Seeking out some control. Just going to sit in this short smoke. See who's about. Head stack further to the right. They're not going to be long for this world. There is a player sandbags. Sinuivi goes down. And this half by a reasonable investment, let's be honest, from the CT side. Right now is not really paying dividends. They still need a couple more frags to make it worth it.
Yeah, Fiku as well in this position is probably just going to look to hold the M4, I would have thought. Filling on the P250. Just holding for exit. So a bit of an anticlimactic finish here, folks, unfortunately. Still Saw finding rounds. Keeping that composure. And holding it together. Furlan will go in late and hoping to maybe possibly find a gun. I don't think he survives. Yeah, he had to get out of there. It just doesn't happen. Fiku trying to spam. No one there. So Saw 4 left alive. As you said, the return on investment there on that half buy just pretty much non-existent for Ago, unfortunately.
Second gun round. So it's not like AGO's had all the opportunities. But they can't let it slip any further. T-side money's looking good already. As a bit of a pause comes out, presumably from AGO to discuss just that. How are we going to open up these rounds? We haven't really had only the single full buy round. So we haven't got a lot of data to work off in terms of what could work. What we expect from the other team. So I guess it's more just to compose themselves and stick to the initial game plan they came in with. It was very likely a Vertigo was going to be in this series.
Okay, here we go. Certainly feel like the pressure is starting to mount up a little bit. We wanted that, you know, scrap that fight, that sort of nail biting at the moment. It's more of the same, isn't it? Strong start from one team. Can the other one get back in? Very streaky was the phrase that you used. Maybe we'll see a bit more of that, but time will only tell. Tiris opening up. Uh-oh. That's over on B as well. So much pressure to get an early B kill like that. Looks like they want to follow up off of it, but even then, they might not. Really unsure at the moment. Ago possibly as well, even kind of looking to put more pressure on A and save if they make it in towards B. So Ferlin, last line of defense. Orp ready and waiting for the Le Mans rotation. And it will find it. Bomb goes down. Ferlin's still here. He's a little trapped, but he wants to get out, doesn't he? Ultimate with the Sorp wants to take it into the next round and have some impact, but in this one, probably not going to happen again unless Saw really give them something. And, you know, Ancient definitely has conditioned a bit and taught Ago a bit to get ready. How has this happened? Just crept in behind. There goes the Orp. And maybe one more as well. Trade from Ferlin. Trying to get the Orp. Going to get flanked out here. Beautifully done from Saw to hunt there, and Axcho maybe kicking himself. I don't know how Just creeps in.
Big deal of those final frags. 3 saves, an AGO rebuy. It's a pretty good investment as well with good utility. And now Fiku could drop one. They are actually going to fully invest behind it, and it's a little bit desperate. They have got the 4 M4s. I guess the buy's a little bit better than I expected, but no AWP, not all the bells and whistles in terms of utility. And AGO, I still think they're struggling to work out what is a good approach here to this CT side. They decided to get more aggressive on towards B, take that B lobby control with the spawns, and Fiku's saying, we can't sit back, guys. I need to take space to find an opening in this round.
Ooh. Nearly does. Will be the trade-in, of course. Bit hectic, but they have done something a bit more proactive. I don't know. I'm not sure if you can be happy with a 1v1, 1-4-1, sorry, at that stage. We'll see. Vertigo, I always find a little easier to recover maybe after those types of situations.
Just on the sandbags. Very likely a player's going to be behind the one-way. It's a good 1-for-1 for the T side. You've strewn out the CTs. Look how spread out they are on the mini-map. Really lacking information until Le Mans here gets up to sandbags. But Saw, so easily here, can force a 3-on-1 and make it tricky. They're actually going to leave Stododo to work up towards A, and I fear he has no expectations of a player in sandbags. He's going to fall, and Le Mans is giving his teammates the info. Care B, and Furlan is ready. AGO on the board. But Saw, so much cash. It's a long road from here.
Arguably as well, you know, this round becomes more difficult. There's getting the first, and then there's keeping it rolling. When you're this far down, can't just get one. Gotta be getting 2 or 3 here at least. And like you say, the resistance is going to be quite fierce. If they get the bomb plant here as well, I can see them going for another buy. So, yeah, a bit of a challenge moving forwards. Le Mans, more confident. Doesn't find anything, though. Has to be careful. They're up fast. Axjo's giving up the control. Will those survive? But Ram firmly in the hands of Sun.
Le Mans around default finds a molly kill. And Mutiris dies whilst flashed by Stododo. Wheels are starting to come off a little bit for Saw in this round. And they're not making a great deal of presence on this A-bomb site. No frags found, and Le Mans has been a menace around these default boxes. A much-needed clean round for AGO. That stables their money. And we're looking at Saw and saying, you are so far ahead, you have so much cash in the bank, and it's already dwindled. This is turned really fast.
As it has all series long, my friends. The pause coming through, Saw probably talking pretty substantially about the buy. Obviously wanting to work things out. I don't know, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Maybe a hero AK for Arky? I don't know where you go with this type of split in the money.
Tricky one. I think their loss bonus is not built up. I think you have to buy 3 AKs out. Roman potentially something like Mac 10 nades. The final player will be Deagle armor or something of the sort. But you can still get 4 players with good utility. You can put the AKs out front. Shouldn't be the end of the world. But Saw still need to see this as a good opportunity to get up to at least 7, 8, maybe 9 terrorist rounds. If you let AGO sneak all the way back into this half, get up to decent numbers, even potentially collect second pistol round, suddenly a great position has not been capitalized on at all.
Feels like we might be in a little bit more of a technical one here. Yeah, the HUD as well says so. We have indeed had a dropout from the Saw side of things. So, Never Nice just will hopefully be joining us shortly, and it looks like we've got an undefined on the minimap. So, yeah, I think he is indeed back. See what the game plan is then. They are indeed going to go for it. You know, I think, obviously, you know better than I, evening out the economy, super important. And that is indeed the game plan here. So, tough stuff rolling forwards for Saw. Just is in. The HUD not playing ball, unfortunately. So, bear with. There we go. Oh, Viku could end the round here and now. Arky's going to find the first trade there. Hard to deal with. Through the smoke. Looking for more, but Roman takes him down. Still, the 2 could be big. Ultimate's here. Ultimate's ready, and the bridge player is a bit too fast. So now they've lost the advantage, but then they've evened it back up straight away. Crazy round. That's what Saw like, and that's indeed what they've got.
Scrappy stuff. Axcho, though, gets up close and personal and short, and just is simply not ready for it. Roman comfortably gives away his position, and Axcho on the move all around along. 2 final kills in the end. And finally, they've done it, Squib. They've broken the money of Saw, and that seemed like a very unlikely prospect just a few minutes ago. They're going to take a heavy eco as well for a good measure, as AGO stabilizing heavily from here. Still a bit of work to do to really get up to a nice CT round haul, but it's already looking a heck of a lot easier on the eyes than it was 5 minutes ago.
Always good to see competition that we wanted. Nice peek from the man. Finds himself 3. A little cheeky to get away with that third. Axcho going to chime in as well. Nearly gets 4 does Le Man, actually. Nonetheless, round over pretty quick. Saw won't be too bothered. Would be nice to get a frag or 2 there. And, of course, a bomb plant. But, you know, your ROI has to be pretty even with what you've invested. So Saw now with the rifles, you'd expect the ROI to be around win. We'll see.
Spread out stuff from both teams. 2-1-2. AGO taking their spawn to this deep B control. Fiku on the stairs. Teammates jumped on the wood. You can see, I believe, Furlan up there was also anti-flash, but let's get the back off a little bit. Deeper flash goes in as Saw start to say a ramp could be for the taking. They know this one way is down, so I wouldn't expect them to face a flashbang, though. Astro here could be dead, but look at the angle there, Scriv. He plays it to perfection, and yet again another opening pick goes the way of AGO.
Yeah, scary stuff. Boost up here as well to really solidify the fact, and when you're already a man up, that's pretty nice. Now they've lost Fiku to Arky's lurk. It could be a bit problematic. Arky just playing the patient here. Molotov comes in. Ultimate gets the better of him, misses the flick. Volleyed out himself. Support is now here, though. You need to be careful how you approach this one. Furlan good for 1. Is that enough? Still got the advantage, but they have been locked out. One plant will come through. That supports future rounds. Very nice. And this B-bomb site, bro. Anything can happen. Roman with a great spot. Oh, and the flash has not worked. Ultimate now against 2. Not being spotted above the smoke. He's giving his position away. Gets a no-scope onto the first, scoped in, and finds the second. Dodo gives it away. 10 HP. A crazy... I thought after a cheeky spam into the smoke, I don't know if it was an accident or what, but I thought he was dead to rights. Not the case. Millimeters and milliseconds, the difference for ultimate.
Felt like he might even attempt the save. Thank God he didn't. That would have been Saw up to 7. And a good chance of more. Flipped on his head, though, is the situation. As AGO, they've made it up to 5. It's been an absolute brawl to get this far, and Saw with the bomb plant can reinvest behind it. And again, they're putting numbers here towards B, at least early on, but they've turned around, they've shown presence, and now they're going back towards A with a lot of numbers, and it's these two defenders that soon are going to get called into question.
Nice find from Arky. The man aggressive, flashed off. Back in for a peek. I'm not expecting it. I mean, he does spam down one. Axcho as well, covering the escape. Another peek from Laman. He's having a field day, isn't he, over on the same bomb site. Axcho's gotten a bit cheeky as well. How does he even get one from there? Traded out. A bomb site still firmly, you know, in the hands of this CT side, thanks to Laman. They will try and make their way in, but easier said than done. With Fico on the flank, it's a pretty quick one. It's not looking good. They'll try and make their way up Ivy. It feels off. Especially after the last round, they couldn't clutch up. Maybe given another opportunity, they could get something, but smoke's now dissipating. Plant coming in. And all the while, Fiku is ready to go. 25 seconds. Playing it patiently.
They can win this. If they kill them, they killed Laman there. That was winnable.
Yeah.
But so patient. Both teams actually in that scenario, and saw a bit first to their demise. 6-all tied scoreline, and I think my wish has come through, Squib, because this has been a heck of a lot more back and forth than the first two maps. I have no idea who's going to win from here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's definitely what we wanted, and usually you get what you want, I suppose. That's normally how it works for Alan,
I do, yes.
So, here we are. Bit more competition. Lovely stuff. And at the moment, it is Saw. Stuck for ideas. Where do we go? What do we do? And again, the economy is slightly uneven.
Half buy seems to be coming in. They could have full bought their Saw, and I wouldn't have blamed them for doing so. But much more of a half buy on the cards. 2 Tech 9s. Deagle on Just. Galil in the hands of Arky. And a Mac 10 on Dodo. Plenty of utility, actually, so maybe they have a plan in mind. And I wouldn't count them out on this sort of buy. It can still be dangerous.
Definitely a Saw type of buy, isn't it? Where they go a bit crazy. So, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know, man. It's been rough for them these previous few rounds. Again, similar to Ancient, they've not necessarily helped themselves massively. LeMan going to find the first, as he always seems to do. Ultimate with the Julie. He's better than the AWP spam through the smoke, I suppose. Axcho has to be careful here. Mujiris going to come in, but he was ready. You could see he was a bit ready for that. Arky takes down LeMan. Finally. Trying to get some control here. Okay. If Arky had lived, really could have got interesting. Stododo finds his kill, but he's left on 6 HP. You'd assume not a chance. They're on top of each other. They've got to know that he's low. And it is a bit close on that first, but not going to happen.
You could say okay damage, but realistically, we're so far into the end of the half that I don't think it's going to matter as we get into round number 14. AGO slim lead. Really cleaned up their CT side on the last few gun rounds. And we're looking at Saw and saying, you need to figure out what was working earlier on. How did you generate those entry kills? Where was the weak point? Because it just feels like AGO have been picking up a lot of opening kills in the last few rounds, and the adjustment to get fast into the one-way, it hasn't worked. And we're looking at Saw with a man deficit and very little map control here to speak of.
Ooh. Nasty from Furlan. Continuing to hammer home in round number 14. Saw on the ropes for this first half. That definitely looks to be the case here. Really, really difficult stuff. Losing another. Trying to just go for the 1v1s. And I don't know, I just, you know, it is not the soundest move. But they are once again looking frustrated. I think that is for sure. RP has not done too bad of a job on the old lurk. Gets flashed and somehow takes barely any damage. Looked like he was dead to rights. He does eventually die. So I suppose the domino effect there over on B certainly works the way of Ago. This has been a pretty flawless round. Almost a team ace. Can we get Ultimate involved?
Where is he? Where is he? No, other side of the map. No chances there. The Geo stamp in numero 8. And it's Saw. Final round and a half. Have to invest into this one. It's not going to be a great buy. A couple Galils already in the hands. Sododo does have an AK, as does Arky, but the utility here is so lacking. They're going to have to do a lot of work in terms of contacting in and just taking duels. Because the util is not going to get them a great deal into this round.
Another 9-6 half. Map 2 was like this. Map 1 was an 8-7. So all the first halves have run pretty close to the wire. The man opens up. Sododo trades. Axcho a little unsure of where to look, and he also gets traded. Great angle here. Sododo can't make it work. His ultimate just goes a bit too fast for him. It's one of those, isn't it? If he's maybe expecting him to be around that side of the site, he maybe comes around the corner a bit slower. But because he didn't, he goes super wide. And then Stododo's lost space for his crosshair. Arky creeping in. Will he check it? He will. Furlan. Whoa. Nearly went around as he changed his crosshair. Contact B from Arky. It's worked a couple of rounds to at least get a pick. Can they win it from this, though? Ultimate swaps across to the M4. Half HP for him. Flashes on both sides. Fiku, first battle required. Nice nade going in. Arky playing patiently. Gets overlooked. Ultimate good for one. Guesses the wrong side, and that will be that. Another 8-7 finish. So they get themselves a consolation round. Bring it as close as damn it once again. Half 2. It all rides on the performance, and well, both teams, they have dropped their form in half 2 on map 1 and map 2 respectively. We'll see what happens here. Catch you in a few. Half 2 of map 3 going all the distance. Or is it? I suppose we'll see. Not sure if all 30 rounds are going to be required here. These pistols have proven pretty important. And, well, Saw are very ready. We got the Julie's Master in just a CZ out as well. An early flash from Mutiris. No heads found. There it is. It's the Dodo. CZ up close. Beautiful angle for it. Gets it done. Nades to take down Arky. Mutiris out in the open. Leman picking up Roman. Getting a little scary. Mutiris goes flying around for a drive-by, but can't find anything. And a late rotation here from Just. Mutiris kind of trapped away at the moment. He has to fight his way out, and he can't. Just on the Julies. A lot's going to be required. His teammate is dead. Let's say he only had 10 HP. Quickly into the grave. Julies come out, but the aim punch lands, and it will be Ego to get it, and that's a pretty big pistol. Already in the lead. They'll be able to turn that around. You know, CT economy as well, starting off slow.
Looking good. Looking good. Could have gone either way. That pissed around multiple times throughout, but AGO spacing was good. Frags were better. And they make it up to 9. 4 spy from Saw. 5 deagles. Plenty of HE grenades. And they're going to do a little bit of damage onto these B defaulting players. 4 players over here for AGO. And the 5th is in towards mid. Likely going to be throwing some help for utility. They're very committed to this B bomb site. And so too as Saw. Look at this. Roman's on A. He's getting information. He's saying, I can't see anybody, guys. Do not move away from B. And AGO could be seconds from committing into an absolute meat grinder here.
A bit of a smoke as well to bait them out. They have clocked 3. Now, they lose a player. But yeah, they have clocked 3. And I think they have someone a little bit deeper in towards A. Actually, no, it's mid, isn't it? Yeah, so I don't know. Where do you go? What do you do? It's a bit tough to figure this one out. Roman's got a smoke as well to slow them down. Now the rotation's starting to move in. Yeah, this is rough. This is very rough indeed. And Fiku's on half HP. You've only got 2 smokes. It's enough for A. Losing another round the corner, though. That's not good. And he's going on going, and they're really not banking on that. Fiku is very vulnerable. Has to get these nades out, but it costs him his life. Axcho with a trade. Roman left on 5, but of course a 4v2.
No time. No time. This
really
is stay
not
alive.
looking good.
They just need to stay alive.
Oh
no.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. 3 kills. All the shots landed from the Ego boys, and they keep it together. Nobody, it seems, made the call. Time. Be safe. Just play safe. They tried to crunch instead. Just is in from behind, but they've worked their way into some pretty decent spots here. He's got a Mac 10. It's a good weapon on these low HP players. No kit, of course. Double swings, you know. That's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. But yeah, what a recovery from Ego. You've got to hand it to the 2 of them.
You do, but equally should Saw in a, I believe, 4-on-2 at one point there with 20 seconds left. Is there any reason to seek out a duel? How can they plant the bomb? How can they clear out that many angles with that time remaining? So I think, as you were saying, it's a bit of a communication lapse. Of course, here with X-Ray, here with the overview, it's so easy for us to say in the moment when people are getting chaotic. And, you know, as I painted, there's a lot on the line in this game now if the loser does indeed play Flames for elimination. So scary stuff. And rounds like those can easily get away with you if the comms are not calm and composed. So Saw brooding now, I'm sure, on this eco of what could have been. But it's AGO by the absolute skin on their teeth. Let's scave off the reset. And now have what should be a freebie against this very, very low investment.
Some decent damage coming in early, considering they've not lost anyone. So again, you know, Ego are a bit nervy. Very, very slow on the upswing. 40 seconds. And trying to creep away don't know. Saw, indeed, you know, they go for the stack, they do some wacky stuff, but there's maybe a case to be made that you're slightly overthinking things. They'll get some kills, though, but again, walking into a fairly fortified B site, or are they? Wrapping back towards A, in fact, fooled even I. And there you are, using the entire 2 minutes, not giving a single chance across, really wanting to keep everyone alive.
Just P250. Can he find anything? Plenty of players in front of him, should he choose to head towards the elevator room. They've scampered off. No guns on the ground either, so... Finds a duel in the end. The man gets the frag. 5 alive, and given how close the previous round went, that is brilliant for AGO and their economic position. Okay, then. 11-7. They're a long way ahead. Win this round and you're up to 13 without facing guns again. So for Saw, have to hit the ground running. If you lose this round on a map like Vertigo, it might be all over. Super important.
Nade could have done even more. Fiku and the rest of the squad taking some good chunks here. So a nice start into the round for Saw. Very slow approach from Ego. It is very different. Great flash around. Good for one there, but of course Justice found a kill of his own. Solid advantage to work with, and solid HP advantage as well, Alan.
What do you do from here, though, if you're AGO? Bomb recovered. Makes a step, but... actually, Roman might have heard that. He might have heard that from short and A. Doesn't look like there's any rotation just yet. Stododo is jump spotting. So Roman is going to lean a tad more towards mid. That should free up Arky to commit 2 on B. Plenty of nades, actually, for AGO, but if there's 2 in defense and that smoke to the front side, it's perfect to block and stifle out the offense just on the off angle as well around the right side of Dupree. And with 20 seconds left, I don't see any route into this bomb site for AGO. And just threads the needle, gets in behind, and it's a nice falling frag, but it's not going to make any difference. Saw's going to find an 8th.
Save of the AK, actually kind of important. He can fully drop across, even without the loss bonus, so could make a bit of a difference here to the utility game, but indeed, Saw getting their first one on the board. With the rifles especially. Able to buy back in comfortably, so it's all pretty good. However, AGO, they will, of course, be looking to answer back very quickly, and they have also got the means to do so. Nade doesn't quite land to the same sort of chunk here. Very quickly, Furlan has worked his way up. He's blinded and burnt, though. I don't know whether they heard it. What a find! Goodness me, Laman as well, picking up Butirus. They are back with a vengeance here into round number 20.
Roman knows he needs to get jewels here. He does indeed get the one-on-ones he desires. Can't connect. AGO as well. Well spaced. Look how composed they are. Frozen, letting Saw make the mistakes. And now they're grouping up together. No chances here for Saw to get anything done. As AGO truly saved their best Counter-Strike for last. They've stepped it up so much here for my money on Vertigo.
Really, really looking good. And especially under pressure, which is, you know, an area in which I think they struggled on their T-sides on both maps, to be honest. Just will move to save and straight back on the board. So, yeah, difficult. But he knows his chances of saving are not fantastic. Trying to go for a Hail Mary here. They need to be a bit careful. First two, maybe gimmies, but you got low HP on 2 players here, so, yeah. Flank coming in as well. You know, it gets kind of strange if he somehow works his way back in. There's definitely time. He's going to tap the bomb. Forces a move. The man. He was ready, but not fast enough. 12th in for AGO. A slight little lapse in judgment for a couple players makes it look doable. In a dream, you know, but all the same, Saw will be left down in the dumps here, AGO. Now's the time. Now's the time. Crush this round. It's only a couple more rifles, isn't it? That's easy.
Sounds easy. Can be harder in practice, and as much as Saw has been a little flat at times in this Vertigo, they played a lot of this map, and Arky, out of nowhere, one of the quieter players in the first 2 maps. But how important could those 2 frags be if that's the catalyst to turning around this Vertigo? 5 on 3. Furlan, though, answers back. A bomb site in his grasp. AGO stabilizing after what could truly have been a seesaw moment.
Whew. Never a dull moment, I suppose, when Saw are involved. That certainly seems to be the way that it feels. They're going to try and give this a little look. Even with a couple of AKs. I don't know, I feel like on a map like this, maybe the A1S is more effective, to be fair. First kill comes in. Tap onto the bomb. Furlan will be the one to trade the 2 back. And now just. And he does get a dink on his way out. While running, to be fair. But not going to get the round, of course. 13 in for AGO, and like you say, a great recovery.
Very nice. Very nice. Problem is, AGO still plenty of cash. And we're looking at Saw and saying, it's so difficult here. It's so difficult in the position they're in. So Dodo, he did have some great showings on the first 2 maps in this series. But they need him. They need him real bad. And Mutiris as well. Probably the heaviest hitter right now for this squad. And the star names on the Portuguese side have yet to really make a mark on Vertigo. And they're running out of time to do so.
Nice find from Dodo. One more. Oh, can't quite land it, but Roman is there. That's surely got to seal the deal now. 5 on 2. Ideally, want to stay in this position at the end of the round. But AGO will be looking to do some damage and maybe claw it back. Fiku, tiny bit of control. Molly out, gives his position away. And Roman with an off angle. Not quite full enough HP to deal. Mutiris there for the trade. And now just Axjo. Gets his 1. Costs him half his HP. It's probably a little bit too much to get the full 1v4 going. Flank coming in. He's read into this. He's not in a great spot to deal with it. And looks away at the worst possible time. I don't think it could get any worse than that, to be honest. Either way, it will be Saw finding number 9. They lose a couple in the end, so that's nice from AGO in the grand scheme big picture. Still, they have to shut Saw down fast.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Round 23. AGO have said, no need to get ahead of ourselves. It was borderline. Case for buying. They decided not to. Have a few rounds to play with. They're going to get aggressive with the B play. The flashes are perfect. And just can't do a great deal. Arky getting tagged down as well. He finds one. The flash partials him up as much as the opponents. Plenty of damage for both teams. But Arky's still defying the odds. How is he still alive on default? As it seems, what was a really scary execute from AGO ultimately doesn't get much further than the top of the bomb site.
Such is life sometimes. But of course, again, you know, just sort of putting the fear of God into them. They've got plenty of rounds to work with. Get a bit of conditioning rolling, maybe. Hoping to find a bit more in this round, though, I am sure. And that's why they take a moment to breathe. Probably useful for both sides. It is starting to heat up. a fair bit. Of course, as I'm sure everyone does who's watching this stream, you got, you know, your other monitor up. We've just had a pretty intense Vertigo. It'd be nice to get another one, I suppose, in the world of Counter-Strike. So we'll see, especially given this whole weird situation with the Copenhagen Flames and everything. As we've said, this this series now becomes even more important to win, it feels like.
Yes, indeed. Just as a reminder, the other two teams in this group are Falcons and Flames. They were set to fight it out this evening. Flames, unsurprisingly, were forced to forfeit that game. It's just unfortunate with how the schedule played out in the group they were in. Clearly, Major's always going to take precedent, and I think behind the scenes, an important discussion tonight of whether to forfeit the game tomorrow. I know what I would do, and unfortunately for ESL, they are not going to like the answer to what I would do in their position for tomorrow's game. But nevertheless, on paper, the loser of this game plays Copenhagen Flames, a top 8 team at the major, playing like a top 10 team in the world tomorrow. So, win this game, you've got a much easier route to the playoffs of ECL this season.
About a minute to explain that and get that out. 50 seconds. Ago taking their time. First kill, therefore, is massive. Roman having a rough one. Stododo smoked out. Bomb gonna go down. Pretty chill so far. Pretty run of the mill. Heats up a bit as Muterius finds the planter. Heats up quite literally because of the Molotov. So really nice little move there between the A defenders. Bomb ticking away. Gotta wait for these smokes to go down. Only the HE left will make its way in. It's pretty good, you know. Stododo's going to eat most of it. Fiku waiting for his time to strike. Flashing towards Ivy coming through. He gets ahead of it. Oh, and that makes it a bit odd, doesn't it? Stododo with 2, though, has battled them back in once again. He's going to go for the hold. The body block is there, but the Mac 10 to finish the round. Axcho says no, and Ago will get 14.
Saw as well, never build up any cash on the CT side. And what do you do here? Do you force buy? And try and stave off map match series points? Or do you full invest? And they've decided saving is not the option they wanted to go for. It's a full investment, and Muterius, he had a good spawn. He's taking it towards mid. It's caused a lot of havoc actually on this T side. You see how they're scrambling to make sure no gap is left open, but ultimately not a great deal achieved outside of burning down the clock a tad. So even Stevens right here, and I'll tell you what, Scriv, the tension is absolutely palpable as we get into these later stages.
Oh. I think Stododo knows it's not the move. Looking like a B hit, at least for now. Minute left on the clock. Really not making any noise at all. Ultimate slowly going to get his way over here. A keen 2-man setup here from Saw. Could be devastating. Just creeping in, trying to get that timing. Flash comes round. He catches 2. That's massive. Big trade. Probably puts the B hit on hold. But they've only got 35 seconds. So what do we do? They don't really know. Molotov coming in. Muterius has yet to be dealt with or flashed off. They're just going to drive peek into it. He does get 1. Maybe needed a bit more, but the support is here. And not a chance. Fortress on the B-bomb site there for Saw.
Important round. Important round. Needless to say, all the eggs are in the basket with that investment. And now it's AGO and Scriv. They're only on 1-9 loss bonus. They have to force up. And the scoreline says Saw a decent distance behind, but this is on a knife edge of going to overtime. If AGO lose here, Eco in the next. Saw up to 13, and even the bye 2 from now is not good. Couldn't ask for this to be any closer, and that's what we needed after what had been a little bit disappointing in terms of being a close contest of the first two maps. This one is truly delivering. And AGO on these pistols, what can they get done as they accelerate up towards this A-bomb site?
Oh, Roman, early peak. Does find one. Was hoping to catch a few more with nades out. I'm sure Stododo, MP9 above the smoke. Good for one. And now he's got the support. Mutiris with the A1S gets one, essentially two. And even getting the bomb down for Ago is going to be a challenge. They kind of have to. Obviously, if they want to win the round, and then obviously moving forwards, bolster that economy, which is becoming a real factor towards the tail end of this game. Ultimate just chilling. Someone give me a peek. No one giving him a peek. Oh, getting wider. Arky's getting wider with each one. Ultimate moving his crosshair around, though, of course, not quite confident. And it does get one. LeMan in with the trade. Can't get it done, though. Damage. But, of course, no round, no bomb plant. So a pretty decent result for Saw.
Right. Full eco for AGO. And Saw, for the first time, potentially in the series since winning Nuke. Sit back. Take a little bit of a breather. Mutiris in mid. He does get widened up pretty badly. That might even been a team flash, to be honest. Of no consequence, though. 4K for Arky. 5 players alive. AGO are not going to face pistols again here on Vertigo. 13 to 14. All the money from AGO invested. This is exactly what we wanted. Who's going to come out on top?
Would that be our $1 million question of the series? Probably. Oh, failed nade. The nerves getting to them. Classic two-man setup in mid, and you know, now might be the time. Flash is going to come in. But when? And will it be good? Contacting through. Oh, where's the flash, bro? What's going on there? Maybe not wanting to give the game away, and as you can see, as the flash does follow up, it's not, you know, the best pop flash in the world. More of a contact flash, but when they made contact, they got ruined. So, Saw, big round, big risk, get themselves a double to start with.
Numbers now loading up towards B. Just smokes on the stairs, but that's going to fade. Re-smoke from Arky front sight. And this smoke is kind of a poison chalice. It's allowed these T-side players to work their way up. Fiku's working the one way. If Arky takes the wrong duel, maybe, just maybe, there is a window here from AGO as Furlan removes the head. Early trade, another frag found. 2v2 out of nowhere, and Fiku is on a tear. Saw should never have lost this. And now Stododo has to do the impossible to win what should have been a sure round.
Unbelievable that we're even here. Can it get any more unbelievable, though, I suppose? Stododo would like to think so. Not a lot of time. Smoke isn't really on the bomb either. Tap comes in. Yeah, there's just no chance, right? You get to a position like that, you're at this high-end level of the game. They do not lose those, folks. 15 for Ago. Not the worst buy in the world about to come out from Saw, but it's certainly not going to be perfect. And they take a pause even to work around it. I mean, naturally.
Arky will be thinking over that front sight smoke in his sleep. Without the front sight smoke, those players cannot just crawl up and be in a position to take duels. Granted, Saul could have done better in those fights, but maybe there was a better way to play the bomb site. Only saving grace is the money in the bank. Saw 3 rifles, AWP on Stododo, only Mutiris on the MP9, but he does have full utility, so in that sense, overtime most certainly still on the cards. It's still possible, but AGO They got granted an absolute golden opportunity in the last round, and now they can end it here and now. One more round for the Polish squad.
Dodo. Back down, finished. Trade in for Roman. He's stuck, though, and he gets traded. Refrag after refrag, and of course, it goes the way of Ago. 4-on-3 very quickly into the round.
Brakes applied, brakes applied. AGO, no interest in just accelerating up ramp and kind of rolling the dice, tossing the coin. Instead, slow round. Pressure on A comes out from ultimate. That's going to hold at least Arky. 2 players in mid, soon to work out. Just his backside on B as well. And all 4 are in towards mid for AGO. All the eggs are in that basket, but if they can make it a long way without being spotted, this could work to perfection. A total matter of timing. Do Soar's B players realise what's up and cover off this position?
A little. I think Just is thinking about it. Oh, man, he does manage to catch one. They'd actually decided to go towards Bridge. I was going to say as well, maybe Trigger Discipline couldn't cover the big. He will now be isolated. The damage is massive, but it's not on the right targets. And now Arky, the only one left, 1v3. Not looking good. We'll see. No kit. He's got a flash. Smoked off heavily. That's difficult, isn't it? Oh, God. What do you do? What do you do? The path of least resistance is round the smokes. Backpack. Backpack. Hello. He has sort of spotted it. Does get a double. Left so very low, but again, no kit. Hardly any time, and I think it's over. To be honest, there's just no time. He gets all the kills. There's just no time. What a way to lose it for Soar. Ah, that's so rough. And Arky with a hell of a performance as well. 29-18. But can't get it done. The 2-1 goes the way of Ago. And, you know, like you said, Alan, ultimately,